In an unjust society, silence is a crime. The words and voice of the actual patriotic citizen, a real Democrat in its actual meaning and principles, sound like a crack on the back of a cooking pot to the ordinary laymen and the fools. Bro, sis, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If not, hit the subscription button now. Do well to follow me on all social media platforms. You will be the first to receive my updates once you followed and subscribed to Stand Up for What Is Right. Forgive my being blunt, honest, and factual. I wish I have another word for a fool. I don't use such a word in this context, but honestly, I don't. Who is a fool, brother and sisters?
The armed forces are not neutral.
Or speaks in a way that lacks intelligence or good judgment. That is the direct opposite of wise, as a noun. An idiot could serve as a synonym for a fool. Therefore, any person, group of people, or population who could allow themselves to be deceived multiple times are fools or idiots. Before I continue, I know that whenever Nigerians hear messages read aloud with automated voice, all that come to their mid is that such messages are not true nor facts. That is so sad and unfortunate for those still thinking in that direction in 2025. Artificial intelligence actually makes everything easy, just like the swap buggy, the planter, and other farm machinery saved manpower in farming. My name is Mr. Benjamin Chinedu. I decided to use automated voice to read this message aloud to save time and energy. I write them myself. My sources are not far-fetched. They are our everyday political and social businesses. You, as a Nigerian, home or abroad, you know what I'm talking about. Let us continue. I want to ask, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, still wrong in your thinking, irrespective of your ethnicity in Nigeria? Should he have been arrested in the first place? If yes, list his crimes in the comments section. I wouldn't dive deep nor use rare words. I want every Nigerian to understand the message. As for those already employed and deployed by the political elites to counter facts and figures, cause imbroglios, intimidate patriots, and brag with who they know, we know them when they comment. So, we are not bothered by stooges. They are working for their principles. They are simply the internal slaves among us, however. They don't know yet. How could a sacrificial cow being fed fat know that it's being fed fat to be able to produce more meat on the day of sacrifice? At least, the cow eats well and even well protected and served. How can you prove to a stooge of the political elites that they are being used against themselves and their future? That is unnecessary argument for them, and, in fact, you that is trying to sensitize him or her is risking an arrest if he or she reports you to their principal. I have to make the necessary points below. No time for a rigmarole. Like I said, my message is simple and explicit. It is meant for every Nigerian, both the young and the old. Nigeria history is banned in Nigeria educational curriculum. You and I know this, right? Have you asked why or protested against such perpetual injustice against us and our future generation? History is a guide to prevent future ugly consequences of the past from the present and future. So, it is very true that they want to envelope us in captivity in our own country. What did you hear about the cause of January 15th revolution in 1966? Did they tell us what Nziagwa's intelligence found out and quickly hurried to preempt it on January 15, 1966? What did the former military dictator, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, confessed in his new book? Well, inasmuch he said just little, the real cause of January 15th revolution remains an untellable history, and they assumed it's a taboo for the future Nigerians to know that history, therefore, they sponsor propaganda even up till today. The Nigeria-Biafra Civil War followed an attempt to ethnically clean up the Igbos. What exactly did they do? The former military dictator, Yakubu Gowon, said, and I quote, but in my own words, 3 months is enough to wipe out the entire Igbos from Nigeria, or at least reduce them to a microscopic few hence, politically incapacitated and politically invincible. We wouldn't go further. What is the political structure of Nigeria since after independence of Nigeria? Independence, in quote, for a reason. How did jihad came to Nigeria? Who brought it and for what reason? Have we as Nigeria as agreed to be called an Islamic state, or if the federal constitution upholds a particular religion against the other? These are the major reasons the political elites of northern extraction, who believe they own Nigeria, banned history from our educational curriculum. We celebrate historians and run to them for important historical facts. People spend huge amount of money, travel far, to the best school in the world to study history. How did history become the taboo in my country? Well, Boko is haram, which means Western education
They
and civilization is a
facilitate
taboo.
their
It
movement.
simply implies that we are
They
banned
cover
from being
them.
educated and civilized and therefore must be subjected to slavery by fire by force. Tell me,
If you are
how are you better than the educated and
Depending
the civilized?
on the armed
The part 2 of this message is very short and important.